The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Oh my God!
Big gasp yesterday morning, remember?
Oh my God!
My God, the market was down on the opening. 500 points. Then it was down almost 1,000 points. But this morning, that all changed. Remember what I said to you yesterday, and I said to my gang members? All I'm saying to you right now is, today, this big pullback, we could wake up tomorrow morning and be up positive 120 points. And we were up more than that. Matter of fact, 4 o'clock this morning, I was watching, we were up over 400 points. On the opening, we're up about 250. Can you imagine that? Down almost 1,000 points, then we're back up 200 points? How could that be? That's called financial engineering. But that's not what's important right now. Talk about the financial engineering. We know what they do. Called the plunger team. The President's Council on Working Markets. They get together in the morning. They buy futures. When you buy the future index, that will make people who are shorting buy their stock back. And that's why it moves up. So it's manipulated to move up. And now today the market, now this afternoon, is only up 76%. But let's not talk about that. We know the market's manipulated. But why? What happened yesterday? Well, they told us the reason that the market went down yesterday on the opening, then almost 1,000 points during the day, was, oh my God, worries that a Chinese communist real estate development company, Evergrande, may miss its payment of $85 billion on an obligation of $300 billion. Oh my God, that was the reason. Gee. In fact, they were comparing Evergrande in the same way as Lehman Brothers when they collapsed and we went into a big crash. They were the catalyst, remember, that sparked the worst financial crisis in history. They were talking about that yesterday. Less than 24 hours later, the market's up 400 points early morning. Financial engineering. But let me tell you something. Yesterday was another bunch of crap. It had very little to do with Evergrande. Evergrande, yes, was the catalyst. I'm not going to argue with that. Not going to argue with that. But it wasn't the reason. Not at all. The reason is debt.
In this memo that the White House put out this morning, the operative line is where it says hitting the debt ceiling could cause a recession.
Debt. That's the problem. Our debt before the market opened yesterday, our debt before we even entered outsourcing, you remember those days, our debt to what we produce as a nation, a ratio, 100% of what we produce. Our debt is 100% of what we cost us to produce. 100%. Our ratio now, debt to our economic growth, went from 100%. Now, then it doubled in 2000 to 200%. Holy macro. Our debt ratio to what we produce as a nation went to 200%. Yesterday morning, it went to 360% of what we produce. Our debt to what we produce is 360%. What, are you nuts? Our debt, think about it. We're driving our debt 60% faster than what we produced. 60% faster. That's why the market dropped 1,000 points yesterday. But the catalyst was Evergrande. We know that. We know that. And of course, this morning we're back up 400 points early this morning, then 250 points, and now we're up 54 points. This is unbelievable. Now, what happened? What was the turnaround? Well, the fake Business News Network comes out and makes an announcement. The banking sector can digest and manage a $300 billion default by Evergrande. Who cares? They can digest it without any significant disruption. Wow. Holy mackerel. We've heard that before, didn't we? Like the clock comes back to 12.
The clock comes back to 12.
You can kick a clock, you can stop it, throw it over a cliff, but it always comes back to 12. When did we hear that before? Oh, we can handle this. And they use the same words, without any significant disruption. If Evergrande goes and defaults the $300 billion, not a problem. We heard that when? Remember? Subprime mortgages, if they all go back. Remember that? Derivatives, if they all go bad. They said the same exact thing. The banking sector can digest and manage it. We can manage all this default, they said, without any significant disruption. God, I remember that like it was yesterday. Remember, we were told we could trust Washington. After all, the Senate and House banking committees, they're about monitoring and they're about protecting us, the consumer, and our investments. They're about keeping our economy on a sound footing. They're about helping working families. Yeah, the congressmen, the people in Congress, they're all about that. They monitor, they protect us, the consumer, they protect our investments, they keep monitoring, make sure we're on a sound footing, our nation. They help the working families. They protect our nation's economic security, even on the border. Yeah, even on the border. Well, how's that working out for us? Has anybody seen the border? Oh my God. I thought they're having a soccer game or something. But this is what they told us. So we can trust the government, can't they? I mean, hell, we can trust our Congress because the Senate Banking Committee, after all, they're in charge of monitoring and protecting us, the consumer, our investments, and our nation's economic security. And hell, let's just trust them. Trust them? No. When you have a debt, when you keep building up the national debt and household debt to historic debt, to such a large percentage of what we produce, you're in deep trouble. So remember this. Yesterday's 1,000 points had nothing to do with Evergrande. Yes, it was a catalyst, just like the dot-com. Just like take February 2020 when we went down 31%. They said it was the pandemic. No, it wasn't. It was the catalyst. The pandemic was the catalyst. But it was debt that brought us down. The dot-com, it was the debt that brought us down. The housing and financial debt. Those were the catalysts that brought us down. But in every instance, even going back to 1929 crash, it's the debt. When you are building such debt, more debt than what you produce and sell as a nation, you're in deep trouble. And if anyone thinks that they're going to taper to raise interest rates, you are nuts. It's not going to happen. They can't. They're boxed in a corner. What's going to happen? I'll tell you when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Remember to subscribe to my Phil's Gang YouTube channel to get both my live and archived radio shows. Also, my free Phil's Take on the stock market. Also, sign up and get a free 10-day chart and membership trial. That's right. Free for 10 days. You get the color-coded chart, patent. Nobody else has it. Tells you when to buy, when to add, when not to add. It tells you when to sell. It tells you when to run like hell. But even better, it tells you it's time to make money when the market's going down. And this market is going to go down again. So what's going to happen? Remember, all these crashes, the financial and housing crash, the catalyst of that crash, yes, was because of the subprime mortgages. Yes, that was the catalyst, but not the reason. The reason is too much debt. From the day that our owners,
you have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear.
Yes, and that's what they did when they decided to get rid of the unions. They wanted to outsource. They wanted to get rid of your pension and give you this total garbage, a 401k. So since that day, they started to outsource. Our debt started to grow. Our debt grew. Our production, what we produce and sell as goods, contracted. So when your debt is growing faster than you're producing, you're in trouble. Remember, we were the greatest nation in the world until we started to outsource. When we got rid of our unions, that really killed us. Our nation was an incredible nation because we produced, and when you produce and you plow money back into production, back into your business, and you're selling more goods, you're making more money, people's wages go up, they even save more. They start investing. They start small businesses, the backbone of this country. That's what we had before the outsourcing. That's why we were a great country. Because we kept producing. But after outsourcing, the greed set in. And with technology, it really destroyed us. We're better off, believe it or not, with all the ticky-tack. I can't believe it. Go down the street, everybody's head is on the ground. They're all heads down, and they got their little phone, and they're ticky-tacking. Go to a restaurant, nobody talks to each other. They're ticky-tacking. People driving, they're ticky-tacking. Everybody's ticky-tacking. Nobody's productive anymore. That killed us. That killed production. That killed productivity. But the real productivity, when you produce as a great nation, what happens is wages go up, jobs increase, and the government gets more income by keeping taxes low, especially capital gains. The one thing that you want is not to punish somebody if they're going to do well, if they're going to take a risk and invest money in a new business, a new startup. You don't want to punish them. If a millionaire who wants to take more money and invest it into a new business or new machinery or an idea, that's wonderful. You want to keep pushing this money in. And when that happens, jobs grow. The government gets more money without raising taxes. The coffers get bigger and bigger in government. They start having surpluses. and the nation grows. That's what we used to do before we outsourced. Outsourcing took all that away. Technology took all that away. When we went from producing, when we went from working on a machine in the factory, and remember what our owners wanted, to get rid of manufacturing. They didn't want a manufacturing-based economy. They wanted a financial-based economy. It was much easier to screw you on a 401k, and they could make more money. So our owners figured, you know what, we can make much more money getting rid of manufacturing, outsourcing it, get rid of manufacturing. Let the Chinese, let the Japanese, let Vietnam, let them do all the manufacturing. Let us be a financial center. And that's when 401ks, that's when mutual funds, that's when it exploded. It was a cottage industry before then. Mutual fund was a tiny, tiny, tiny industry. That's what we became, this monster financial industry. And then they're out there screwing everybody and hurting everybody and making a fortune on Wall Street. No more productivity. We don't produce anymore. And if you don't produce, then they came up with an idea. Why don't we do this? Instead of letting people produce, let's get interest rates down to zero. Let's bring interest rates down to zero. We'll give the money to the banks, and they'll loan it to the companies. And instead of buying new equipment, new machinery, instead of producing anything, let's produce a stock price to go up. We'll rig it to go up. We'll buy our own shares. Rig the price to go up. Prices don't have to go up anymore based on profits. You don't have to have profits to move prices up. But what happened? The poor guy on Main Street, he's not getting a raise. So he sits there and says, yeah, but gee, look, I'm doing great. I can go buy a car now with no down payment. Look at the interest rates are near zero on a car. Hey, I can go buy a Wave Runner. Interest rates are near zero. I can go buy furniture. I don't have to pay any payments for the first year. Think of that. I can buy a couch and I can buy a chair and a light bulb. I don't have to pay any payment for a year. This is great. But his wages aren't going up. Then what happens? Now, all of a sudden, we got more debt, but we're not producing anything. That's what happened yesterday. That's what happened with the dot-com. That's what happened with the housing con. That's why we lost $11 million in stock losses, $9 million in home equity. You remember this, 2008. 8 million homes went into foreclosure, 9 million jobs lost, and we never really recovered from that. Only the banks, only Wall Street recovered, not Main Street. So what do? I'll tell you when I get back. We got to make some money.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grande and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Then go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. So here's the deal. Here's what's going on. If you're in 401ks, you're dead, 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 dead. I'm sorry. It's over. Because all 401ks lose money because nobody ever gets out in time before the market crashes. When's the market going to crash? Well, we're on our way, for heaven's sakes. You can't be sitting there and have debt 360%, a ratio of 360% to what we produce. That's insane. That's insane. They can't raise rates. That's what they need to do. They need to raise rates to bust the inflation from this all this craziness going on. And here's how it works. Remember, all this inflation from printing all this money to give to banks at 0% to buy their own shares, called QE. Print all this money at zero to go to the companies that are failing. And they go and they buy all their debt and buy their assets to keep them alive by buying all their assets and so forth. They give them cash, right? That keeps them alive for another day. That's called monetizing their debt. We do the same thing with government. So all this printing of money, $6.5 billion a day. $6.5 billion a day. And remember, we're doing that for our new programs, our new welfare programs. You think you saw a welfare program under Obama and Biden. Now Biden alone, the welfare program, the welfare community is going to expand big time. So what does this all mean for us as investing? You've got to learn how to short the market. In the meantime, what happens is this. The market starts going up, and it's been going up. We know that, right? Okay, that's because of inflation. That's because all the money, the market is rigged. Remember, the stock market is not the economy. Don't look at the stock market as the economy. It does not reflect the health of the economy. It never has. It only did. People don't understand that. Remember, the stock market does not reflect the health of the economy, though the fake business network keeps pointing to the market as if it does, to lie to you. The stock market is linked up to financial engineering. Printing of money is financial engineering for this massive stimulus. You know all the massive stimulus programs we've had, the government's had. Plus, remember, all to help all the people with their mortgages, their behind, their rent, they're behind you. This is all crazy. This is all socialism. You pay for that through inflation. So as inflation goes up, pushing the prices up, wages aren't going up. In fact, wages get worse. Why? Because right now, everybody who's on wages, an hourly wage, they got a 2.5% cut in wages this month alone. I'm sorry, from January to this month. Sorry about that. 2.5%, you got a wage cut because that inflation cuts your wages. So finally what happens is you've been buying cars and furniture with no money down and all this. Then all of a sudden, people are spending more money than they're making. Listen, remember Leisman? Leisman of CNBC, this dope. Remember how many times they played this?
People are feeling flush in their accounts, spending more than our income coming in.
Yeah, because guess what? They had a $300 unemployment check, and the government decided, Biden, that moron, and then let's not forget Harris. Yeah. See her flip the coin the other day? She couldn't flip it. She was laughing so hard. Yeah, that's nothing to laugh at. Look what happened to that border. Isn't it awful what we've been watching for? Let's get out. I'm not a political show. I wish I were at times. So anyway, so what happens is, as we have this inflation going up, wages don't, and then all of a sudden, people can't afford the new wage. They can't afford what the cost of the goods. So the first thing you look for, okay, is consumer confidence. When you see that dropping, that's a big signal. And when consumer confidence drops, they stop spending. When they stop spending, then stores get nervous. They figure, okay, we're going to cut prices to get more people in and buy more. That doesn't work. Then when you start hearing layoffs, and then what happens, the guy gets up in the morning, he goes out, he gets in his car, but George is not in his car. He's not leaving for work. He comes back and he says to George in the evening, aren't you working today? No, I got laid off. Then he panics. He said, we better stop spending. I may get laid off. That's the key to the crash. And not only that, but then all of a sudden people start making a decision. What can I cut back on? And then finally, before the crash, what causes the crash, do they make a decision? Do they pay their credit card or they pay their mortgage? They pay the credit card or their rent? Do they save their credit card and not pay the car payment? That's when you finally get that crash. In the meantime, you can feel comfortable being in the market as long as the stock market, meaning the S&P, is above the level of what we call the strength level of 50-day and 200-day moving average, a simple line on a chart. In our charts, you don't have to do anything. Our charts will remain green. All you do is look up SPY, and SPY is the 500 best companies, and that's what you buy. Just buy the SPY if you want. Just buy the SPY. That's all. And as long as it's above the 50-day moving average. Now, it broke the 50-day moving average the other day. We got to wait for it to get back above it. And if it does, then you can start buying. I'll give you where you can start buying it at a new high. Okay, buy it at a new high of, buy it at above 454. Wait till it's above 454. You're at 435. Do not buy on a dip. Do not buy on a dip. Anybody tells you to buy on a dip should be in jail. You never buy on a dip. That's ridiculous. Listen to Kramer today on RTX, what he was saying. This is unbelievable.
Just wanted to know what you thought about Raytheon Technology.
Raytheon! Buy some tomorrow, then buy some on the way down. The market is headed lower.
Buy on the way down. The market's heading lower. Buy on the way down. The market is heading lower. What are you, nuts? Buy on the way down. That's insane. That's insane. The old buy in the pullback. You don't buy RTX on the way down. That's incredible. Look at it on the chart. Look at it. RTX is dead. It's dying. It's going down. It's red. You don't buy that. Are you kidding me? Remember the other day when he said to buy another stock, NI. Remember this one? When he said buy NI.
My question is regarding a local utility company called NiSource, ticker NI. They have
Now, there's a stock I want to own. Very reliable, good dividend, fantastic manager.
Fantastic manager. Buy. He tells the guy to buy it at $24. I think it was around $24.70. It hit a low yesterday, okay, of a low yesterday around $23.67. It's around $24 today. This guy's getting killed. He's telling people to buy stocks on the way down. You sell a stock short on the way down. But see, they never want you to make sure. Wall Street doesn't want you to sell a stock short. Don't want you to sell a stock short. So we got our members selling stocks short. They're making money as stocks are going down. Then we take our strongest stocks, the stocks that are doing the best, with big uptrends, and we're buying those. But here's another big group we're looking at every day. We're looking at every day we look at these. We look at our casinos like LVS. We're looking at MGM. We haven't bought them yet. We watch them every day. We're going to be the first ones in. Hyatt. These stocks are all going to soar. The airline stocks, JetBlue. Do you know yesterday when the market was getting crushed, it hardly went down? That's called relative strength. Same with Love. Southwest Airlines hardly went down. Delta Airlines yesterday hardly went down. So airlines, when you get almost 1,000-point drop, what's happening is they're called basing. The selling is almost done. If you're with us, our chart will turn green and it'll tell us when to start buying these so you won't make a mistake. Check it out free for 10 days. Go to philsgang.com, click where it says Working Investor Group.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grande and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. you immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil. Listen to what people are saying about philsgang.com.
I am up 5% right now, closer to 6.
I've been with you for about a month and a half now, and I'm already up 7%.
I have never made so much money.
Join thousands of investors and start making profits in the stock market. Call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or sign up at philsgang.com. Again, 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. That's philsgang.com.
And listen to my radio show every day on my YouTube channel. And please hit subscribe, like, and share. Look, the market, yes, people keep asking, how much longer can it go up? It can keep going up until the point that inflation hits such a point, such a problem for people, that consumer confidence starts tanking. They stop spending, and then they start making a decision what they can pay and can't pay. That's when the market crashes. They always do. That's how it works. It goes to all that inflation first, then it goes to deflation. Stores start marking down their goods, hoping to increase business. That's one big signal right there. And then they start laying off people. And when you see your neighbor get laid off, get ready to start shorting. Right now, they can continue to rally this market through financial engineering. I mean, this market, we're going to have a crash like we never had, but you don't have to worry about the crash. Remember, every day we have our portfolio of stocks for our members. And we tell our members, what to do with each one of our stocks in our portfolio using the color-coded technology we have that tells you when to buy, when to sell. It gives you a call to action. Take your money, start taking your money out. The big boys are taking their money out, so you better start taking yours. And then short. When you get to the point where shorting is as easy as buying a stock, and you'll get there. We'll get you there. It's not hard. With the technology we have called our Pro 2 color-coded chart that tells you when to do things, when to sell. And not only that, every day at 2 o'clock, Steve takes our portfolio and he goes through every stock in our portfolio, telling our members exactly what to do. Exactly what to do, for heaven's sakes. And I mean, what is wrong with that? Here, listen. He's talking about Caterpillar.
Caterpillar, if you didn't add yesterday, you can add to it today. Otherwise, just continue.
And then he just continues on, tells you, now if you're in Caterpillar and you're following that, and it's our color-coded chart screen, and he tells you exactly what to do, and then when it starts turning yellow, call to action, he tells you what to do, start taking profits off. And then, the beautiful thing, when it starts going down, it'll turn red, and we just switch our position. Please believe me, when you finally put yourself in a position where you don't have to worry about the market anymore going up or down. You could care less. You could care less. That's when you become part of the 20% who make money consistently, because they're doing what nobody else is doing. They're selling stocks short. When the market goes up and the stock's going up and they got 10, 15% gain and they get out, they don't do what the 80% do. They get out, let's say a stock moved up 20%. They get out of the stock, it's up 20%. They're getting out because they know it's going to go down. But instead of just switching their position and the color code backs it up, it turns to yellow then red, what do? They look for another stock. And look for another stock. All stocks are up too. Wait, you think you're the only stock that went up? Now you're going to get out of your stock and buy a bargain? Remember, you make money on the buy. I don't care if it's a car. I don't care if it's a piece of wood. I don't care. You make your money. Any entrepreneur will tell you, when do they make their money? On the buy, on the purchase, when you purchase a business. Anything. That's when you make your money. You got to buy it right. Same thing with a scout. Same thing with a stock. A stock, you got to think of each stock as a business center, as a business, a profit center, and treat it as a profit center. And we give you the best tools in the world. Try those tools for 10 days. If you don't think they work, fine. No obligation. But it does work. And all we ask, if you start making money, please send some money to St. Jude. Okay, so we know that by using fundamentals, Kramer has got these people into two bad stocks. NI is one and RTX. Both he told to buy when they're going down and they're red. Are you nuts? You won't be in that position with us. And remember, every day, every day, about 8 o'clock in the morning, 7 to 8 o'clock in the morning, or 7 to 8:30, I do a coffee talk. I tell you exactly what's going to go on in the market, what the action's going to be. I tell you what's going on. So when the market opens, you're prepared. And then my members, they really start trading. I always tell them, wait till about 5 after 10. 6 after 10. Don't start at 9:30, because at 9:30, people lose more money at 9:30 when the market opens than any other place, other than people lose money from 12 to 1 o'clock. At 5 after 10, the market is already adjusted out. You got all the game playing over with. You got all the stocks open in the NASDAQ. You got an even playing field at 5 after 10. Pros start trading at 5 after 10, okay? You should too. And we start a class at 9:30. So I go from 9:30, and then Steve comes in and he takes over. He does another class. We give you updates during the day, alerts we send you, coffee talk. Then we give you alerts during the day. We give you updates. We give you a market wrap. Every day we're right there with you. Check it out. And this color-coded chart, God, does this thing work? It works so beautifully. You don't have to guess. So my point to you is this. All you have to know is which stocks to be in. Like yesterday, when the market went down at 1,000 points, we found stocks that didn't go down, had relative strength. We have a list of those. So we're scoping those down for our members. And then we'll give those stocks to our members when we see that they're doing better. They still have relative strength. We'll give them those stocks. We'll add it to our portfolio. We're with you all the way. It works. Look, the one thing I can tell you is this. you're guaranteed a crash. If anyone thinks this market's not going to crash, you got to be out of your mind. You got to be out of your mind. And this is going to be the worst crash of ever. But you don't have to worry about it now. As long as the S&P remains green and the Qs remain green, and on our chart, just stay with it. As soon as it starts turning yellow, then you start unloading your stock. Whether you're in the big tech stocks or whether you're in the S&P stocks. Then you start, how good is that? You get a warning, get a call to action. Nobody else does that. All right, listen. What I want you to do is this here. Just go to my site where it says philsgang.com. Click on where it says Working Investor. That's the Working Investor group. And we go over those stocks all day long. And then you get that free and you get the color-coded chart free. It works. So just go to philsgang.com, click on where it says Working Investor Group. Okay, so here's what we do know. We know that they're not going to be able to taper. They're going to be talking about it tomorrow. One reason they can't taper, okay, is because our debt is rising 60% faster than our economy. Why? Because our debt ratio to what we produce is about 360%. Now that's globally. If you take here in the U.S., we went from 60%, we doubled it to about 120% here in the U.S. That's bad enough. Are you kidding me? But our debt's rising 60% faster than we're growing our economy. Our debt is rising 35% faster than wages. You can't have good come out of this. And because of the inflation, your wages, you haven't been getting pay raises. And if you have, you got a 2.5% wage cut. And these are all reasons why they can't taper. The other reason is the S&P has the same lack of diversification that caused the dot-com crash, and we have that same lack of diversification right now. So they can't taper with that situation. We got the same 5-6 stocks that are pulling all the work here, doing all the work. Consumer spending is gotten insane. Consumer spending and consumer debt is historic. They can't taper with that. Debt to GDP we talked about. PE ratios are out of sight. They're nosebleed levels. And the government has a negative net worth of $20 trillion. How are they going to raise rates with a negative net worth of $20 trillion? How are they going to raise? You imagine what we're going to be paying. We're going to go from $325 billion the government owes every year on interest to $500 billion in interest. Look, join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. Check it out.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.